Hey guys, welcome to this lecture. In a previous video, we looked at how to install Ubuntu 24.04 on Oracle VirtualBox. Now in this video, we'll take a different route and I'll demonstrate how to upgrade from Ubuntu 22.04, also known as Jammy Jellyfish, to Ubuntu 24.04, which is the latest LTS release from Canonical. Now to demonstrate this, I'm using a cloud VPS from Linode. And as you can see, I have it already provisioned here. So this is the instance we are going to use to demonstrate the upgrade from Ubuntu 22.04 to 24.04. Now, the first step is to ensure that you have a backup of your instance. So if you're using a cloud provider like myself, ensure that you have taken a snapshot of the cloud server so that should anything go wrong, you can always fall back to your snapshot and recover your data. If you're using a desktop instance or an on-premise Ubuntu server, ensure that you take a backup using a tool such as a Duplicity, Bacula, or even the rsync command. Now with the backup in place, now let's get started. So the first step is to update the existing package lists on your system or the local cache, and to do so, run the command sudo apt update. Hit enter. So this will refresh the local package index on your system, okay, and it should take just a few seconds to complete. So just be patient, and there we're done. All right, so at the end you can see that we have a number of packages that are pending an upgrade. So here you can see 71 packages can be upgraded. All right, and you can run this command to see all of them. All right, so now we are going to upgrade the packages to their latest versions using the command sudo apt upgrade. I'm going to pass the -y option for non-interactive upgrade, and I'm going to hit enter. Alright, so this might take a bit of time depending on the number of packages existing on your system. So this might take a while, so just be patient as the upgrade continues. So during the upgrade, you might encounter this pop-up, okay, about the SSHD configuration file. So by default, keep the local version currently installed is the pre-selected option. So what this means is that your existing configuration will be preserved during the upgrade, and this is the preferred option if you've made any custom configurations that you do not want to overwrite. All right, so the other option you might want to consider is install the package maintenance version. So what this means is that you're going to replace your SSH configuration with the default version from the new package. All right, and this might be your option if you want to start afresh with the new default settings. All right, so for now we're going to keep the local version currently installed, and I'm going to hit enter. Additionally, you might see this notification showing you the availability of a new kernel. All right, so here you can see the currently kernel version is 5.15.0/-94 generic, which is not the expected kernel version, and it displays the expected version, all right, which is in our case 5.15.0-105-generic, and we expected to restart the system so that we can now start using the new kernel. So here I'm going to just hit enter. All right, so once again you'll see a notification regarding the daemons that should be restarted. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to press tab, then this will take me to the OK option, whereupon I'll press enter. So as you can see, the upgrade process is now complete. All right, so now here I'm going to clear the screen. Now the next step, I'm going to reboot the system so that I can now complete the upgrade and log into the latest version of Ubuntu 22.04. So on your screen you can run the command sudo reboot and hit enter. In my case, I'm just going to hit reboot. All right, so I'm going to select reboot Linode. So this should reboot my instance. So this might take about a minute. So at this point, I'm going to pause my video and I'm going to come back when the system has completed rebooting. So the system has finally rebooted. All right. So now I'm going to clear the screen. Now moving forward, the next step, I'm going to install the upgrade manager tool, which will allow us to upgrade from Ubuntu 22.04 to 24.04. And to do this, I'm simply going to run the command sudo apt install update -manager core, like that, and I'm going to hit enter. Then I'll provide my password. All right, so now I'm going to type Y for yes and hit enter. So this is going to install update manager core, which is a tool that you're going to use to upgrade to 24.04. all right, now I'm going to clear the screen. Okay, now the other thing you might consider is to allow an additional SSH port, which is port 1022. Now this is the port that will be used by the upgrade tool as a fallback port for SSH in case the default SSH port 22 drops during the upgrade. So if you have UFW firewall installed and enabled, you need to allow this port. So here I'm going to allow traffic on port SSH traffic on port 1022. So I'm going to run the command sudo UFW allow 1022/TCP because it's a TCP port. Then I'm going to hit enter, and as you can see, the rule has been added. Then I'm going to reload UFW for the rule to come into effect. So I'm going to run the command sudo UFW reload. Okay, so the firewall has been reloaded. Now let me check the status of UFW firewall. So I'm going to run the command sudo UFW status. Okay, so you can see port 1022 has already been allowed. All right, okay, now let me clear the screen. Now moving forward, the next step now is to commence the upgrade to Ubuntu 24.04. and to initiate the upgrade process, simply run the command sudo do release -upgrade, then append the -d option like that and hit enter. All right, so now you will see this on your screen. So here you can see that there is no development version of an LTS available, and we are told that to upgrade to the latest non-LTS development release, set prompt to normal in this file etc update manager release upgrades. So I'm making this video on May the 7th, and at this point in time, the direct upgrade from 22.04 to 24.04 is not direct. So first of all, you need to upgrade from 22.04 to 23.10. okay, then from 23.10 to 24.04. So the direct upgrade or the direct path will be made much later. So for now, what you're going to do, we're going first of all to upgrade from 22.04 to 23.10. all right, now what you're going to do, we are going to edit this file that you've been given here. So we are going to edit. So I'm going to use the nano editor. So I'm going to run sudo nano. So I'm going to edit this file here. Okay, so I'm going to hit enter. So I'm going to change this declaration from LTS to normal like that. All right, so I'm going to save the changes. I'm going to press Ctrl O, hit enter, then Ctrl X to exit the Nano text editor. All right. Now, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to initiate the upgrade from 22.04 to 23.10. And to do so, I'm going to run the command sudo do release -upgrade. Then I'm going to hit enter. So here you're going to get on-screen instructions on how to upgrade to 23.10. So here you can see, welcome to Ubuntu 23.10, also known as Mantic Minotaur. Okay, so feel free to just go over some of this information, all right, and what is expected. So now our goal now is to upgrade to 23.10. So I'm going to follow the on-screen instructions. So to continue, here I'm going to press Y and hit enter. All right, so as you can see now, we are told that the session appears to be running under SSH, and it's not recommended to perform an upgrade of SSH because of its failure. So an additional SSH daemon will be started at port 1022, and this is the port we have allowed on our firewall. So I'm going to press Y and hit enter. Okay, so here once again I'm going to hit enter. Okay, we have already allowed port 22. All right. Okay, so here we are prompted to rewrite the sources list file anyway with the Mantic entries. So here you can see it will update all the Jammy to Mantic entries. So to proceed, I'm just going to press Y and hit enter. All right, so here you get another prompt that some third party entries in the sources list were disabled, and you can re-enable them after the upgrade with the software properties tools or your package manager. So I'm going to hit enter to continue. So as you can see, the sources list files are being rewritten with Mantic entries. All right, so just give it some time as the files are rewritten. So here you might get a prompt that the command has terminated with exit status 1. All right, so what you can do, you can just press R to continue. Okay, so here you can see once again we are asked to rewrite the sources list file anyway. So I'm going to press Y and hit enter. So here I'm going to press enter once again. So this process usually takes some time. So you just need, all you need is just to follow the online prompts, and everything will go as expected. Okay, so just give it some bit of patience. All right, so here you can see we asked if you want to start the upgrade. Okay, so now you can see here you get an update or a summary. So here we can see that 2 packages are going to be removed, 61 packages are going to be installed, and 541 packages are going to be upgraded. You also get a summary of the download size. So in this case, we have a download size of about 814 megabytes, and the download will take about 2 minutes with a 40 megabit connection, and about 21 minutes with a 5 megabit connection. All right, so now what you can do, we are going to press Y to continue and hit enter. So this is going to take quite some time, and at this point I am going to pause the video, and I'm going to come back once the upgrade is complete. So let me just pause the video and I'll be right back. So during the upgrade, you might also come across this notification about what to do with the modified configuration of grub file, which is the bootloader configuration file. So just So here we are asked to remove obsolete packages. Okay, so to proceed, I'm going to press Y and hit enter. Alright, so here we are told that the system upgrade is complete and a restart is required. So we are asked to finish the upgrade. We need to select Y and the system will be restarted. So here I'm going to select Y and hit enter. Alright. And of course I'm going to lose my connection. So I'm going to go over to the dashboard here. Alright, so I'm going to just select reboot to reboot my Linode. Okay, so once again the system will reboot, and I'm going to pause this video and I'll be back again when we have restarted or rebooted the system. So we have successfully rebooted into Ubuntu 23.10. As you can see, we have a welcome note. Welcome to Ubuntu 23.10. All right. We can also run the command lsb_release -a. All right. And this time you can see we are running Ubuntu 23.10. So we have so far managed to upgrade from 22.04 to 23.10. Now the next step will be to upgrade from 23.10 to 24.04. Now what you're going to do, we are now going to edit the release upgrades file. So I'm going to run sudo nano, then followed by the path of the file that we edited a while ago. So this is etc update -manager, then release upgrades, hit enter, and I'll provide my password. So here we are going to change this from normal to LTS because we are now upgrading to 24.04, which is an LTS release. So here I'm going to give it LTS option. All right, so I'm going to save this and I'm going to exit the nano editor. All right, so I'm going to clear the screen. All right, so now I'm going to upgrade from 23.10 to 24.04, and to do this, now I'm going to run the command sudo do release upgrade. Then finally I'm going to give it the -d flag. All right, so now I'm going to hit enter. All right, so once again I'm going to follow the on-screen instructions. So here when you scroll up, you can now see now we are now upgrading to Ubuntu 24.04 LTS, also known as Noble Numbat. So as before, we are going to follow the on-screen instructions. So to continue, I'll press Y and hit enter. Okay, so here once again, I'll type Y and hit enter. Okay, so I'll press enter once again. So here we are prompted to rewrite the sources list file and we'll update from Mantic to Noble entries. So once again, I'll type Y and hit enter. All right, so as you can see, the sources list files are being rewritten from Mantic to Noble. Okay, so just give it some patience as this process continues. Okay, so once again, we get a summary of the packages that are no longer supported. You also get the packages that are going to be removed and the packages are going to be installed and those ones that are going to be upgraded. We also get a summary of the download size, okay, and the duration and also the bandwidth. So now I'm going to press Y and hit enter to continue. Okay. So once again, this process will take quite some time, as we saw earlier when upgrading from 22.04 to 23.10. So just be patient as this process goes on. Okay, and at this point I'm also going to pause the video, and I'll come back when we get a few prompts. Okay, so for now let me just pause the video, and I'll come back once we get notifications on the terminal. So once again, you might come across this notification about what to do with the SSH configuration file. So by default, I'm going to just hit enter to go with this option, since I want to retain my settings. So just hit enter. Also, you'll see this pop-up about what you want to do with the grub configuration file. So I'll just go with the default. Now we are going to remove obsolete packages. So here you can see 28 packages are going to be removed. So to proceed, just type Y and hit enter. So now we are being prompted to restart the system to finish the upgrade. So here once again I'm going to press Y, and hit enter to restart, and of course I'm going to lose my connection. So here I'm also going to reboot from the dashboard. All right, so I'm going to select reboot Linode. Okay, so let me pause the video once again, and we are going to go back once the reboot is complete. And there we go. So the system has finally rebooted, and as you can see on the screen, we now have a message welcoming us to Ubuntu 24.04 LTS release. All right, so this is confirmation that now we are running 24.04. Okay, and let me just clear the screen. I can run the command lsb underscore release -a. All right, so you can see we are now running Ubuntu 24.04 LTS. All right, guys, so now this brings us to the end of this video. As you can see, this is a two-stage process. So you need first of all to upgrade from 22.04 to 23.10, and then from 23.10 to 24.04. all right, so that's just about it for this lecture. Thank you for coming this far, and see you in the next video.